Yo, this goes out to Carter Holmes, Newburgh, Shepherd Square, Park, Beach Terrace, the whole West End, Park Hill, Lightly Shine, Park Duval, Victory Park, Clarksdale, Shawnee. From hood to hood, yeah, you niggas pushing blow, but you not from round here. You niggas getting dough, but you not from round here. You riding candy slab, but you not from round here. In other words, you not from round here.
What up, everybody? It's your boy, Cardinal Red, and we're back for another one. And you're not from round here. Alright, y'all. So, the topic of today is Manny Pacquiao's next fight in the Philippines. Plus, Donald Trump should start promoting boxing. Alright, y'all, so I was going through some articles today, and turns out the news about Manny Pacquiao trying to make his return before the end of 2021 is very true. I found some more articles regarding this matter, and they were stating that Manny Pacquiao wants to make his return in December or January. So it'll be either the last month of 2021 or the first month of 2022. He wants to have his next fight, and he wants this fight to be in the Philippines. He's preferring the Philippines in case this is his last fight. He wants to, entertain the millions of fans who supported him for his whole career, whether he wins or loses. He wants that to be done in the Philippines. Now, he's saying if he can't get a formidable opponent to come to the Philippines, he will still make his return, but it will probably be in the U.S. Unfortunate for the Filipino people. I know they want to see their man fight live. I know they want to be able to go to the arena, support Pacquiao. I think it would be awesome for a way for him to generate even more dollars, to put toward whatever campaign he decides to pursue, whether it's another run at the Senate seat or focusing more on the presidential campaign either next year or I believe that there is a 6 years, so it'll be 6 years from now. I believe their presidency is for 6 years and not 4 years like in America. So it's going to be interesting to find out what Pacquiao decides to do, whether he decides to make his return in the U.S. versus, we don't know who yet. It might be you guys, might be Crawford, might be Spence. Perhaps we'll get a surprise. Sean Porter and Terrence Crawford are gearing up to sign their contracts for their fight, which I don't really understand. I would think that Crawford would be going after you guys in the title, since Earl Spence is kind of out of the way at the moment. Both of those guys are on PBC, so you would think if he can make a fight with Sean Porter, how come he can't make a fight with you guys for strap season? I don't know what's going on with that, but Porter Crawford is potentially close to being signed, and would be a great fight. So Porter, what if Porter beats Terrence Crawford? Do we get to see Manny Pacquiao going after his former sparring partner in Sean Porter and getting a Pacquiao Porter fight, perhaps in the Philippines for a title? Because I'm thinking that when Porter fights Crawford, the title's gonna be on the line. I would think it would be on the line. I'm not very sure about that. It hasn't been officially signed as of yet, but that should be coming down the line here pretty soon. Now, who should be Manny Pacquiao's next opponent? Who are the fighters that fit the narrative for Pacquiao at the moment, whether he decides to fight past 2021 into 2022? I would think, the number one candidate off top would have to be Yordenis Ugas. He holds the WBA super title, which Pacquiao formerly held, was stripped of, fought you guys once. Unfortunately, had some camp issues, which led to him losing that fight. You guys said he would entertain a rematch. Pacquiao says it would be easy for him to talk to Bob Arum and get the rematch set up. So I would say number one, you would have to think Pacquiao would want to avenge that loss, whether that's his last fight or not, because if he wins, He would be a title holder and could retire with a title. If he wins, he could put himself back in contingency to unify titles with either Spence or Crawford. Hopefully not both. Hopefully he would just take one of those fights, and them guys would have fought by then. Because it could play out like it. Let's say he takes the you guys fights you guys, beats you guys, and fights Spence sometime in 2022. Uh, at that point, he would be unified champion if he beat him, but he wouldn't have all the belts. So is his goal to be unified champion, or is his goal just to have all the belts, collect all the belts, and go into retirement with all the belts, which would be super special. I don't think anybody's ever done that before in history. Would be another one of those history-making things that Pacquiao would have under his belt. Now let's move on. I would think next he would be going after Earl Spence Jr. because the fight would be very easy to make. Spence and Pacquiao both entertained that PBC banner. They're both working with Al Heyman, and Pacquiao made it seem like he has another potential fight under Al Heyman because he said he can go back to Al Heyman and just have a fight set up. Whether it's the top tier or if he decides to go with the second tier, I don't know. But these are my top 3 picks. I would say Earl Spence number 2 because the fight would be very easy to make. I'm pretty sure they can just go back and redraw up whatever contract was there. Probably Pacquiao will probably lose a percentage since he didn't beat you guys. He would be an underdog since he didn't beat you guys. It would just be a spectacular matchup for fans and a chance for Pacquiao to gain some titles. Whether he would do that or not, we would have to see. We have to see the lead up. Spence would be coming off an injury. Pacquiao would be coming off a loss. It'd be a lot to see from both of those fighters. Number 3, you would have, of course, Terrence Bud Crawford. Now, this would have to happen after the Sean Porter fight, so it would definitely be, if they get the fight done in October or November, it would have to be January, February before we could see a Pacquiao-Crawford fight. So perhaps January would still be in play. He's trying to get it done before, I think, March is when the elections start in the Philippines. So if he's trying to get it done before then, that would be a 100% indicator that he is planning to run for presidency. So keep that in mind. And then, like I said, you have Crawford. That would be. I don't know if it would be easy or hard to make that fight, especially in the Philippines. But it will be definitely on the table. Pacquiao still brings a big fan base to the table. So it would be a chance for Terrence Crawford to get seen by fans he's never been seen before by. Would be a nice step up in competition for Terrence Crawford. With all that being said, my hat leans toward you guys. Let me know what y'all think about that down in the comment section. And we're going to flip to Donald Trump. Why I think Donald Trump should start promoting boxing. The internet at the moment is going crazy over Donald Trump's commentary at the Holyfield fight. I didn't get to watch that fight. I actually had no idea Donald Trump was going to be commentating. I just kind of ran across it today. But what I did want to touch on is, kind of like Manny Pacquiao, kind of like Floyd Mayweather, kind of like Don King. Donald Trump's name, it comes with a built-in fan base. For some reason, I don't know why so many people like him. But it comes with a built-in fan base. And he has a humongous fan base. Don't think because he lost the election that, he doesn't have millions upon millions upon millions of supporters, because he does. And the fact that the internet is going wild, he's trending like crazy. And that tells me one thing. In the sport of boxing, popularity is king. So, Donald Trump, just his name alone, if he started promoting fights, would bring in a huge crowd to his fights. He already owns the venues. So, he's going to make a huge profit off those venues. It would be easy for him to finance boxers $1, $2, $3 million. He's almost a billionaire. It would be totally easy for him to finance those fights because he owns the venues. Because he doesn't have to pay a venue cost, he can pay boxers way more than these other promoters can. Keep that in mind. Some of these boxers need to start going and talking to Donald Trump. Whether people like him, I think he's, against a certain ethnicity or not. The man has a lot of money. He owns humongous venues, and it would be in your best interest to work with that type of guy because, like I said, he can pay you a lot more than other promoters can because the promoters have to pay a venue cost, and Donald Trump doesn't have to pay a venue cost. He owns several hotels. He owns several big venues, and he could just put those events on and take in all of that money that comes from the crowd. Pacquiao, I think they did over 20,000 fans in that stadium. Just imagine what at $100, even $100 a head, which the tickets go way higher than that. At $100 a head, you're talking about millions and millions of dollars. So I mean, it would be in Donald Trump's best interest. I know he's, I think, hosted fights. I don't think he promoted, but I think he's hosted fights at his hotels before. Several fights. He used to work with Diane King and Tyson a lot. So it would be amazing to see what he could put together as a boxing promoter and the type of crowd he could draw in just off his built-in fan base, as a boxing promoter. What do y'all think about that? Because I think he tried to invest in the XFL at one time and that didn't go so well. Along with Vince McMahon, I think he had something to do with that XFL thing, but it didn't play out the way he wanted it to. Or even, maybe he starts putting on MMA fights. Let me know what y'all think, man. Should Donald Trump become a boxing promoter / combat sports promoter? Just start doing, because he owns the venues. It would be amazing to see what he could pay fighters to actually put on fights, man. Let me know what y'all think. That like button for me. Please subscribe, share, tell a friend, all that good stuff, man. It's your boy Cardinal Red. Trying to keep up with the content. Got a lot going on, with work and just personal stuff. So, bear with your boy. We're gonna be right back with it, man. And I'm gonna start doing newer content, start doing local content. So be looking out for that too. If you are a local subscriber, you want to see more stuff surrounding Louisville, Kentucky. It's your boy Cardinal Red, and we are out of here. Let's jam out. You know what I'm saying? This is my homie, man. We used to make music all the time, and we made a lot of music. I be trying to jam out to my homies, man. Local music, support local artists. Louisville, Kentucky, boy, boy. Talking about boy.